All right, have you ever been scrolling and a 15-second video just stops you cold? What is the magic behind that? Well, today we're going to tear one of those apart. We're going to deconstruct a script, literally second by second, to figure out the psychological formula that makes it tick. Let's get into it.
I mean, that's the big question in our scroll and swipe world, right? How do you tell a story that actually lands in just 15 seconds? It feels almost impossible. So how's it done? What's the blueprint? Let's break it down.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at why 15 seconds is such a huge challenge. Then, we'll get into this awesome little brain hack that's at the core of it all. After that, the main event. We'll break down the script. We'll look at how it was made, and then wrap up with why this formula is just so ridiculously effective.
Okay, first things first. To win at short-form video, you have to get one thing straight. You're not slowly building up interest. Nope. It's all about an instant, psychological grab. And this is it. This is the whole game. You don't earn attention anymore. You hijack it. Think about it. You're not just fighting other videos for eyeballs. You're fighting the brain's default mode, which is just keep scrolling. To stop that thumb, you have to literally hijack their brain's pattern recognition in the first second or two. It's that fast.
So how do you pull off a hijack like that? Well, the script we're about to look at is built on this really powerful psychological trick. It's a brain hack, really, and it's designed to overcome something every single one of us deals with.
You know this feeling. It's that split second of before you start a workout or make that phone call you've been putting off. Your brain, trying to be helpful, sounds this tiny little alarm to keep you safe from anything hard or new. It wants you to stay put, and that is the exact thing this video script is designed to blow right past.
And this is the number that matters. 5. That's it. That's the entire window you have to fight back against that little alarm in your head. Just 5 seconds.
Yep, that's the window. The moment you have an impulse to do something hard, a countdown starts. You've got 5 seconds before your brain's survival mode kicks in and just floods you with a million good reasons to do absolutely nothing. The video we're looking at, it turns this concept into a weapon.
All right, so we've got the problem, that emotional alarm, and we've got our weapon, the 5-second window. Now for the really fun part. Let's see how the script actually uses it. We're going to go second by second and look at everything. The words, the visuals, and what they're supposed to make you feel.
Okay, so the video kicks off with this line. In just the first 3 seconds, it's doing an incredible amount of work. What's so genius about it is how it just slips right past your cynical brain and talks directly to a feeling we all know.
So, what's the purpose here? It's all about immediate relatability. You hear that line about hesitation, you see the simple shot of a hand just hovering over a notebook, and you immediately think, oh my gosh, that's me. It hooks you by basically holding up a mirror to your own procrastination.
Okay, so right after they've made you feel seen, boom, they raise the stakes. This isn't just some vague feeling anymore. Now it's a race against the clock ticking down inside your own mind.
And this visual is just perfect, right? The glowing countdown makes this abstract 5-second window idea feel totally real and super urgent. As you watch those numbers flash, 5, 4, 3, the tension just builds and builds. You're completely locked in, waiting to see what happens when it hits 0.
And then, right when that tension is at its peak, the script gives you the solution. And notice, it's not some complicated life-changing philosophy. It's a simple, actionable trick. This is exactly the payoff you were waiting for.
The visual here is just perfect. After that tense countdown, you get this really satisfying slow-mo shot of someone actually moving, getting up, opening the laptop. It creates this incredible feeling of release and empowerment. The tension is gone, and you've just been handed the tool to do it yourself. They don't stop there. To really make it stick, the script closes with this powerful, unforgettable takeaway. It completely reframes the whole idea.
This last line is the knockout punch. It connects that tiny 5-second decision to a massive result, your next 5 hours. You see that with the inspiring visual of a silhouette stepping forward, and it leaves you feeling totally motivated. You get it. Small action, big reward.
But you know, a great script is really only half the story. So let's talk about execution. How do you take these words on a page and turn them into something that actually hits this hard? Because the how is just as important as the what.
Okay, it really boils down to 3 key things. First, the music. This isn't just background fluff, it's the emotional engine of the whole thing. It has to start slow, build that tension with the countdown, and then just peak right when the action happens. Second, the core message. You have to emphasize that it's all about physical movement. That's what breaks the anxiety loop. And third, the visuals. Keep them clean, make them look cinematic, and that edit, the cut from the countdown to the action, it has to be fast and impactful. That's what gives you that feeling of relief.
So when you stitch it all together, the brain science, the script, the execution, why is this 15-second formula so insanely powerful? Well, it all comes down to a really simple conflict that's happening inside our heads all the time.
This slide really nails it. You've got two paths. If you let your emotions drive, you get stuck in this loop of hesitation, anxiety, and procrastination. But if you force a physical action, you interrupt that loop. You create a tiny bit of momentum, and that leads to real progress. The 5-second trick isn't about waiting to feel ready. It's about moving before your feelings can talk you out of it.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. This formula, problem, stakes, solution, takeaway, it's not just for one video about procrastination. It's a super powerful framework for communicating any big idea. So the question I want to leave you with is this. What's a big idea that you care about? And how could you boil it down and tell that story in just 15 powerful seconds?